Professor Ross Hannan. I have actually two positions. I'm the head of the Department of Cancer Biology and Therapeutics at the Curtin School of Medical Research in ANU, Australian National University. And I also run a laboratory and I'm a lab head at the Peter MaCallum Cancer Centre in Melbourne. Broadly, my area of research is I develop drugs for cancer therapy. Some of the practicals I did during my undergraduate, I realised that medical research, it's really like being a detective, where the things you discover are new for the first time ever, and that was pretty cool, I thought. Currently I've got a sort of a large program where I work with a number of clinicians and basic scientists, and we work together to try and develop new therapies, and those therapies are focused on targeting a really fundamental process in the cell. It's called ribosome biogenesis. So the ribosome is what we call a macromolecular machine. It actually synthesises all the proteins in the cell, proteins which are the bricks and mortar that all cells need. And it turns out that cancer cells are far more susceptible if you disrupt that process than a normal cell. And we hypothesised that if we could actually find drugs to target that process, that we might be able to kill cancer cells. And we looked for molecules, small molecules that could actually disrupt this process. And we identified some of these small chemicals which could actually block a really rate-limiting process that's called RNA polymerase I. It's an enzyme that transcribes the blueprints which make these proteins. And we identified these small molecules. We then worked with medicinal chemists to turn them into drugs. So they had nice characteristics so you could give them to a human being. And then we put those into the clinic, and we're lucky now that these are in phase 1 clinical trials to treat cancer at the Peter MaCallum Cancer Centre. There's a couple of things that drive scientists. One of them is somewhat selfish, that we like to think we can do really good stuff and be better than other people, and so you're driven to be the best at what you do. And I think you need to have that. The other hand is more altruistic. It's really good if you can do something but it has a meaning for society. So you're not just there plugging away doing your stuff, but if we can develop drugs to treat patients, that's a really good thing. The two positions have actually been made easier by having an NHMRC program grant. That program has enabled me and have the funds to come back, keep a laboratory running here and a laboratory running at the Curtin. Because we work in a programmatic team, it was very easy to try and keep that team together. But how do you do that? In Practicality, you have to have good people around you. You can't do it yourself. So I've got lucky that I've got some really good teams of postdoctoral researchers which have been with me for many years, the ones that are doing all the hard work, and those are the ones which really enable this to happen. Science is a way of life, it's not a job, and so you have to be prepared that it's something that's going to consume you, and it's something you do every day, not just 9 to 5 during the week. If there's one thing, perhaps I may have done medicine, become a clinician scientist, because that enables you to translate things into the clinic much easier if you can work in both spaces. So the next step for us is to keep on refining these drugs, improving upon them so we can actually get them into that next phase of clinical trials and then into actually being used to treat patients widely around the world. We're lucky to have a good funding system in Australia, the NHMRC. Lucky that they're actually trying to revamp the system at the moment and try and improve the ability for younger people particularly to get funding. So I think we've got the Medical Research Future Fund coming on board, so I think actually looking ahead looks better than where we've been in the last 10 years. So people should be encouraged by the new funding coming into the system.